Right, YouTube, ECW number one, back here again. I'm just going to do a quick Elimination Chamber PPV review for you today. I stayed up last night to watch it live at 1 till 4 in the morning last night. Was a bit tired at school today, but worth it. Got it free in the UK, so why not take advantage of that? So I guess I'll just get it started off now. The first match opening the show was Alberto Del Rio versus Kofi Kingston. There was a misconception about this match. Many people thought it was for the IC title. That wasn't the case. If you actually checked it, they never had it listed for the IC title, sadly. There was reports going around, I believe, that they were considering changing it to an IC title match and having champion versus champion at WrestleMania, IC versus world champion, winner takes all. Would have liked to see it, but in all honesty, I prefer without it. Having the IC title and the world title on the same competitor, it really holds back other people, I think, by keeping both major belts of the brand, the only two belts on the SmackDown brand. Yeah, well, now they've got the tag titles, obviously, but that would keep the only two singles titles on the SmackDown brand on one person, thereby holding back a whole roster of superstars and a whole mid-card IC title division. So I'm pleased that they kept it separate and is only a world title match. The match itself was alright, nothing special. I'm not a fan of Kofi Kingston, if I'm honest. I mean, he's good in the ring, but that's all. There's no charisma to his action. He's just generic. He's generic Kofi Kingston all the way through his matches. Same routine. I know people say it about Orton and Cena, about Cena mostly, to be honest, but Cena has the charisma and you can see that he's really working the crowd, having a good time. Kofi's, to me, it's just the same old routine over and over. It's no different reactions at all. But predictably enough, Del Rio won. There was no way. It would be ridiculous to think that Del Rio would lose this match, seeing as he's going into main event WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight title. There'd be no chance he's losing to the IC champ at the PPV right before it. So obviously Del Rio picks up the win. The next matchup was the SmackDown Elimination Chamber, which obviously had a new combatant in it, seeing as Ziggler was fired, storyline wise, marking out people. Complete marks will go, oh my god, Ziggler's fired. Yeah, just wait till he's back. I wouldn't be surprised to see him triple threat at Mania saying, yeah, I've got a rematch clause in my contract. I've been world champ before, 20 minutes, but still a world title run. He's got the clause in his contract. I could see him come back. Obviously, the Big Show was the only replacement probably believable enough to be in the Elimination Chamber match. One person in this match, though, did stand out to me, and that was the chosen one himself, Drew McIntyre. I don't know what it was about the match, he just stood out. I was on video call on MSN to Ben Brown, BB Falcon shot, all the way through this PPV. We were just discussing points as it happened and everything, discussing what was going on in the ring. And both of us agreed that McIntyre was standing out a lot in this match, but a lot of it was due to the comedy fact that we were just pissing ourselves laughing at everything he did. Like, during one of the entrances, I think it was Barrett's, if I remember correctly, he goes over to the pod Drew was already in. Drew smacks it twice and then headbutts it. Like, it really does prove that he's Scottish. Just only a Scottish person would headbutt the plastic. It's just so unbelievably retarded it looked, but it was so funny. And another point that we really enjoyed was when Drew McIntyre threw Barrett through the pod. I don't know why. It was just like any other one, but we just couldn't stop laughing at the fact that he just launched him right through the pod. Speaking of the pods, that was a point I made to Ben during this match. After they destroyed almost every pod, I'm sure. And I made the point of, yeah, they've destroyed every pod. They realized there's still another chamber match to go. Like, all the pods, I'm pretty sure, had to be replaced after the match, because every one of them was buckled in at the end. But they obviously changed them, and they're an organized company. They're no TNA. So they've got things planned ahead of time for the spots anyway. So predictably, Edge was the winner of this match. There was no one else who was going to win, to be honest. McIntyre not ready. Kane, Big Show, no, they're not going to main event WrestleMania. Rey Mysterio sucks, and he's got a program with Cody Rhodes right now. He broke Cody's road, storyline wise. Whoa, what did I just say? Broke Cody's road. Broke Cody Rhodes' nose, dashing Cody Rhodes' nose, storyline wise, obviously. So they've got their storyline, their feud. I'd see them facing off at WrestleMania, and yeah. And Barrett, obviously, not ready to main event WrestleMania by any means. He could have been against Undertaker, but that's been left for Triple H now, I think. Next matchup was the tag team title match. Good to see a real tag team finally get the belts back. And I'm pretty. Was it the same tag team that lost the belts to Yeah, it was actually. Santino and Kozlov won the belts from Heath Slater, and Justin Gabriel, and now they've won them back on the side of the core. Good to see. I'm happy that a real team, as in the core, has won it from a throw together team. Finally, I really don't like throw together teams. Just like there's other ones out there, that Zack Ryder and Primo on Superstars. That I just don't see the point. It's two guys who have nothing going for them, so put them in a tag team and just see what happens. I mean, sometimes they'll strike gold. Miz and Morrison, amazingly good tag team, struck gold with that. But that's really a rare opportunity and rare luck getting something as good as that chemistry when you throw together two guys. But predictably, the core won. I thought there might be a Nexus interference in this match, but I'm happy that the core won. It's good to see a real tag team with the belts. The next matchup was The Miz versus Jerry Lawler for the WWE title. It was a good match, seeing as the combatants in the ring are not, well, Lawler, due to his age, and Miz, he's no Daniel Bryan, I'll put it like that. He's good, he's improved, people still hate on The Miz, but you have to admit, he's gotten a lot better. He's good in the ring, he's above average in the ring, skill-wise, he's great on the mic. People say he doesn't deserve to be champion. He does. He's worked for it. He's worked his ass off from the ground up in the business. He was getting kicked out of locker rooms, being forced to change in toilet cubicles, and now he's the WWE champion just because he's been working hard. It just proves it. McMahon loves him because he's a hard worker. He's dedicated to the company. He's a lot like Cena in that way. He lives for the company, and that's the kind of champion you want. You don't want someone like Rey Mysterio, Rey Mysterio may be dedicated and loyal, but he's not reliable enough. He's too injury prone. His style is too risky to have as a champion, and he's not willing to put people over enough. Held back Ziggler 2 years ago, I think. IC title, not willing to drop the belt. That's why I don't like Rey Mysterio. It's simple as that. If he's holding back people and only in it for himself, other than elevating everyone around him when he's past his prime, then there's no respect for him there. So yeah, that's why I like The Miz, and that's why he's got the passion for the business, he's got the love for it, and he respects it. And he respects everyone else in it. So yeah, back to the match. Good match. There was one near fall. I think everyone knows the one I'm talking about if you watched it, where your heart just stops and you think, "Oh my God, The Miz just lost the title. Jerry Lawler's the new champ." Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. There was that one backslide fall that Lawler did to The Miz, and you just thought, The Miz just lost. But no, Miz, that's got to be the closest 2 count I've ever seen. 2 99/100. That's how close it was. Miz rolled his shoulder up and kicked out at the very last second. That was amazing. Ben and me were just in awe of that one. It was insane. Good match though. Predictably, Miz picks up the win. They couldn't give it to Lawler, not even for one night. People were saying give it to him for one night so he's at least been WWE champion. No, it's stupid in my opinion, because Miz would be winning it back then and going into Mania, devalued as a competitor, seeing as he lost to Lawler. If you lost the title to I don't know how old Lawler is. He's 50 at least, maybe 60. I didn't look up, sadly enough. But that would devalue The Miz, make him look. He has to look his best going into WrestleMania. You got to bring your A game, and if he's just lost the belt to Lawler and just won it back, Miz doesn't look top form. So he has to look his best going into Mania against Cena, obviously, to have the feud really have intensity. So obviously Miz had to pick up the win there, and I'm happy that he did. And the final match was the Raw Elimination Chamber. There were some good spots in this match. I did enjoy this match. Of all, I think the spot that stood out was obviously Morrison. Always going to be him. He did a few good flying chuck kicks, jump from the rope, chamber to bat. Who was it? I can't remember actually. Sheamus, I think it was. He flying chuck kicked. Very good. Morrison is amazing. I still not sold completely on him. I don't think he's ready for the world title, but athletically wise, yeah, he is. Overall package, he's got the look, but the charisma's still lacking. But obviously, the main spot in this match was Morrison climbing on the top of the chamber and dropping on Sheamus for the 3 count and elimination on Sheamus. Oh, that was a cool spot. I'll give you that. I'm not hating on Morrison at all. Huge fan of his. I want to see him do really well, but I'm still not completely sold on him. But that spot, that took guts. It was impressive as hell. But yeah, another notable point was Punk's. I actually loved that Punk, the spot where Punk gets stuck in his chamber pod, and then Orton just beats the shit out of him and pins him with an RKO. It was a good spot. It was a creative spot, I'll say. It wasn't brilliant because it kind of made it look cheap, and then GM rings in, Punk goes back into his pod. I love Punk's reactions though. His facial expressions look amazing. He really does look like the sneaky kind of rat-like, weasel-like character that just finds any way to get past and almost get the win, obviously. But predictably, Cena wins, and I'm happy about it. There's no better person for the main event than Cena. Every WrestleMania has to have at least one money title match. Alberto Del Rio versus Edge will be a good match, but Del Rio's not big enough a name to really headline WrestleMania. The real headlining match will be this one. Miz is over very well. Miz is well known. He's doing all the interviews, so he's unbelievably well known against face of the company, Cena. This is the money main event, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. Morrison Miz wouldn't have been the money match. People say Taker Triple H would be money, but that's the special attraction match. You shouldn't have your expectations on the special attraction match. They did this year pretty much. Well, I'd say they did almost. Batista Cena was a good match, though, and the world title Jericho Edge. But the real money match in past WrestleMania 26 was Taker and Shawn Michaels, obviously. So that was the one special attraction match that I think did get over enough to be the actual main event, obviously. But Cena Miz will be a match that I'm looking forward to. It won't be the most technical, obviously, but it'll be a good match to see. I'm hoping for good build-up, good mic work, and yeah. So that was my thoughts on Elimination Chamber. I think it was a good PPV overall. By far not the best, but not god awful. It's no December to Dismember, because we all know how that turned out. That's possibly actually no comment on that one. December to Dismember, no comment. But yeah, it was no December to Dismember, but it's no WrestleMania 20 either. So I'm not going to give ratings or anything. I'm just going to say it was a good show. I enjoyed it thoroughly. The matches were not brilliant, but the event itself kind of capitalized on it. I did enjoy watching it. There was not many points during the whole event that I thought, wow, I'm bored, I need to go take a piss break. There was nothing like that. I did enjoy the event, so yeah. Good event, not the best, could have been better, but I'm still happy with it. This was ECW number 1, Elimination Chamber, thoughts, review, results. Comment, rate, subscribe, add me on Facebook. What am I doing? Mike Yoda. Comment, rate, subscribe. Thanks for watching.